everybody, Alert Wolf here to bring you another anime review. This time, it is on Dragon Ball Super episode 12, The Universe Crumbles, Clash, the God of Destruction versus the Super Saiyan God. Super Saiyan God, what's up? And my commitment to excellence is being brought to you by the Omegang Rosetta beer. It is a cherry beer. All I'm going to say, because I don't want to spend too much time on my beer, is if Cherry Wheat by Samuel Adams is the cherry Coke of beer, this is like that. Like if you ever had like Stewart's Cherry or Daddy's Cherry, one of those nice bottled sodas that you get, the higher end sodas, this is like that. Like it's like a black cherry type of beer. It is delicious. Anyway, so right on into the adventure. This is interesting. The battle between Super Saiyan God and Beerus is quite interesting because first off, unlike the take the movie went, which is that it's a superpower, but it's super fleeting, and Goku gets depowered right away. And, spoiler alert if you haven't seen the movie, but he's still fighting at the same level because his body remembers the power, and he doesn't even realize he's not a Super Saiyan at some point. Super Saiyan God, excuse me. This is different. Every time it looks like Goku is overpowered and has exhausted the Super Saiyan God power, it's almost like the Super Saiyan God power is almost like his ability, if he's injured and healed, to come back with a stronger power level. That's what it's like, but as an aura, where every time it looks like his aura is depleted, it fires up again, much stronger. Now, at one point during the match, they both created energy Shenrons, energy dragons, that like I thought they were gonna do battle, and instead one was purple, one was red, and instead they like ate them and shot up their power level. Now, and I thought that was amazing. Now, one thing you have to note again about how this battle is going, they addressed an issue that if you watch Goku versus Superman 1 or 2 from Screw Attack, they're addressing one issue specifically from those videos. Now, I'm sure it's from the first one, not the second one, but that is that Goku cannot exist in space. However, as the battle progresses, they go higher and higher up from the outer atmosphere, which is where Goku fought Beerus in the movie, to even higher than that. And I think in God mode, he doesn't need to breathe. In God mode, his aura auto heals him. So, like we saw last week, where he healed the hole in his chest just by powering up. Because I'm not going to say Goku's immortal, but while in God mode, I think Goku's immortal, right? You know, that's how I'm going to put it. Like, I think it is my theory, folks. If you don't agree with this, you don't have to. But I think while in God mode, or as I like to call it, Natsu mode, because he's fucking Natsu. It's weird. It's weird. He has a fire aura and pink hair. Fucking Natsu. But whatever. While in God mode, right? He auto heals. He looks younger than he does as a mortal, basically. And if we all know, gods are close to immortal. They age very slowly, to the point where, you know, they'll be around for thousands and thousands of years. So Goku is fundamentally immortal while in God mode. However, he could be beat, right? And if he goes out of God mode, I guess he turns back to Saiyan human / you know, not that he's a human, he's a Saiyan, but he goes back to being mortal. But while as God, while in God mode, he's immortal, basically. I mean, he can be killed because these mortals are sort of like the Asgardian immortals, where you could beat them up and kill them. But yeah, he is effectively Thor-like while in God mode. That's how I'll describe it. Thor-like. And that's pretty cool. So, you know, their fight just escalates and escalates. You know, some of it's funny, some of it's serious. And it's just, we get to explore Super Saiyan God way more, which is what you would want, right? Because the movies are limited time and they're fast paced, and that's what makes them good. But with a show, you have time to fully, like, I was hoping they fleshed out, you know, maybe a little more of the earlier stuff better. But the current battle is good because they're fleshing out the true power of Super Saiyan God way, way, way better. And so the subplot of the episode is every time they clash, meaning when they bump fists or any clash of their powers, is causing a shockwave that will destroy the universe. Elder Kai says 2 to 3 times at most, 2.5 maybe. And the Earth, and not just the Earth, but the universe is going to be destroyed. They're on universal Buster level in their battle, which is fucking nuts. Because what happens when he goes Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan? I like adding all that, because why not? Why not just call him an Ultra Saiyan and fucking simplify it? Like Super Saiyan God, Ultra Saiyan God. How about Ultra Saiyan? I'm a Super Saiyan God, now I'm an Ultra Saiyan God. Ultra Saiyan God 1, 2, 3. Let's go to Ultra from Super. Come on, people. We can do this. It's easy, Japan. But my point is, so Clash 1, boom, Earth starts shaking. Clash 2, boom, Earth starts shaking again. And Whis protects some people. He's like, well, until the battle's over, I promised that this planet would survive. Beerus promised that this planet would survive, and I promised Beerus that I'd keep it safe. So, you know, and Whis is badass, man. We might see some more Whis superpowers. Maybe the function of the Whis people, is to contain the devastation when these massive godlike keys go at each other. Okay, one interesting note is Vegeta. And you're like, what? They just show him like looking up like this, breaking his neck, and Whis try to put the screen on for him. But Vegeta doesn't need the screen. That's super interesting, because all the other Z fighters cannot sense or see or track the energies unless they're in close proximity, which is why they were in Bulma's pod to begin with, Beerus and Goku, because they're in God mode. But Vegeta doesn't need help tracking them. That is super interesting. Did maybe Vegeta get a little bit of that God rub? Because unlike the other Saiyans used, Vegeta was a pureblood? I don't know. But Vegeta is able to sense and track this fight somehow. And you know he couldn't sense Beerus before this. So this is very interesting, and maybe this leads to the reason why Vegeta will inevitably go Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan. Right. But listen, the only thing I have to say to that is, stop, for the love of God, cheating and skipping steps. You know, Vegeta's gonna skip 3 altogether. I know it. Is he gonna skip Super Saiyan God 2? He's gonna skip Super Saiyan level 3 and Super Saiyan God and just become Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan? That's bullshit. Stop skipping steps. But whatever. Let's go back into that fight. So Goku figures out that there are shockwaves, and by the third punch, Goku adjusts the way he punches to cancel, and the energy to cancel out Beerus's energy, canceling the shockwave. It is not until Beerus releases a super attack of his that looks like a molecule at Goku, and Goku goes Kamehameha, and then it's like, I can't do this, my power is running out, and then all of a sudden his power flares back up, and he pushes it back. That we get another shockwave. So quite interesting to see the power of the Super Saiyan God finally, for real. Also very interesting to see, you know, how Beerus reacts, the Vegeta thing. So all in all, I'm giving this one, I think this is the best episode of Dragon Ball Super yet. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5. I was super impressed with it just because of the feats of strength they're doing. And they're answering questions. And yes, Super Saiyan God can exist in space. So to all those questions, what happens if Goku blows up the Earth or the Sun or some bullshit versus Superman? Goku would have the instant transmission someplace. He doesn't really have to. He can exist and fight in space. There you go. So that's enough out of me. Click it up if you like it, comment if you must, and please, please, please subscribe if you can. And this is your buddy Alert Wolf signing out.